1, 2, 3, funky.
All right, well, let me ask you this. I know for a fact that you've used this practice with your own nephew
Hmm.
and that you assisted him into getting into college and playing football. Can you give me a brief summary of how that started out and how it's going?
So, I mean, with my nephew, it was really interesting. I
And
actually
did he
coached.
have did he have huge dreams of going to the league and going to big schools, or did you immediately ground him to understand his abilities, his expectations, and so forth?
Well, no, I mean, he had dreams. Again, he was like any other kid. I mean, he had dreams. Again, everybody, every young football player that plays football wants to play in the pros. You see it on TV, you see it on Sundays and stuff. I had to I was blessed to have coached him since he was young and kind of followed him, all through high
Hmm.
school. His athleticism, funny enough, didn't really hit until he got to high school. He tore his ACL going to his freshman year, so he didn't play football his freshman year. Sophomore year, we saw his dad and I saw this emergence of this athlete and this guy. He started to shoot up in height. Eventually grew to be 6'3". He's now 6'3", 210 pounds, but grew to be 6'3" in high school. And so when we got to the point of realizing, look, he has the potential to play collegiate ball, his dad and I took over the recruiting process. We weren't going to wait for someone to offer him. So what we did is what I explained to you. We started reaching out to schools. We started contacting them. We went on visits. My nephew is a high academic guy, so he was carrying about a 3.8, 3.9 GPA in high school and stuff. So he was being recruited first by Brown University, the Ivy League school in Rhode Island. So my brother and I, we went to Brown. We flew out there. We went to check it out. We went to tour the campus and talk to the coach and really kind of see, what it was all about. We did it a few times. We looked at a lot of different schools to kind of see, okay, are these schools real? What we understood with my nephew is that he wasn't a Division I Power 5 conference kid. And it's not because he didn't have the qualities. Okay, we're talking about a kid who's 6'3", 185-pound corner, but it was because he was so raw at what he was doing, right? He had just really grown into that size going to his senior year. So as someone who I watched collegiate athletics, I coach, I played, I understand that when you go to those type of schools, they're not trying to teach you anything. They expect you to bring it to the table. So what we wanted to do is make sure he went to a school where he had the opportunity to still continue to grow as he's playing this game. So we knew those schools weren't there. Now, funny enough, University of Utah, his senior year, at the last minute, they came and they wanted to offer him a partial to go to University of Utah, right? And so of course that kind of caught us. We were all excited. Air Force Academy, they came and they offered. The two with Air Force, it was a straight question. Do you want the military to be your career? Right? He was like, no. And we're like, then you're not going to the Air Force Academy. Because you go to those academies if your focus is I plan on being in the military for 20 years, right? I'm going to retire and get that military retirement. If you're just going there to play football, you don't go to those academies because that's not what they're designed for, right? So, but again, his father took him to Colorado Springs. They toured the campus, talked to the coach, and Air Force Academy was actually really excited, and they really was probably the top school that was pushing for him. But we understood that wasn't what he wanted. It was all the glitz and glamour was fine, but my father, his grandfather was in the Air Force, and we know the real deal with the military. So it's like, look, we're not gonna play that game. With Utah, what we understood was, yes, it's great, but do you just want to go there and wear a sweatshirt because you're not good enough at this moment to play on that team? You're just not. Now, that's a hard conversation, right? That's a hard conversation. But the conversation was with love. And I told him, look, I don't want you going there and being disappointed. You go there and you're not playing at all and you're not happy. You had never talked about going to University of Utah before. So, right? So through this process and conversation, we ended up coming to a school that wanted him and that he really liked the school. And that's Valparaiso University in Indiana, right? A small Division I AA school. He loves the school part of it. Academically, he is having a tremendous success. The team is not that good as far as football-wise, but he enjoys it. He's happy. He really likes it. And so he's been there. He's going into his senior year. And it was a good decision. It was a really good decision because the team that he was on, all the kids that went to college and that are playing sports, him and another guy are the only two off that team that are still at the colleges they went to and are still, going into their senior years, so it's a process. Every kid is different, but I really believe that the key thing is being honest and just understanding the realities of the collegiate game.
Nice. So this is what I want to do for you, because I know, like I said, I know you're active in the community. You do a lot of coaching. You actually do training for students, and you actually do help kids with this process, getting into college, getting scholarships and stuff like that. So do you have a website? Do you have contact information that people can use to get in contact with you to get this type of advice? Do you provide that? Do you have a website? Just want to get a little information out there and get a shout out to you.
Well, I appreciate that. So I don't have a website for people. That's something I will have down the road. Right now, I just tell people, keep checking into the Funk Basement and keep coming to check the channel. We will have more information coming out about this process, and it's something that we will put together so that we can kind of have some series on how to get your kids through this process. Again, I've learned it through people talking to me and telling me about it. I've learned it through my own trials and tribulations when I was a collegiate athlete, and it's just something that I try to share. What I would tell any parent that's watching this right now is the key thing is you have to be honest with yourself and honest with your young athlete. It does no good to lie to them or to make them believe there's something that they're not, because that recruiter is going to be brutally honest with them. They're going to tell them, right? If they don't have the grades, that recruiter is going to tell them, I can't recruit you because you don't have the grades. Simple as that. And then that's it. There's nothing else they're going to do. They're not going to say, hey, go fix it, go to summer school. No, I can't do anything with you because you don't have grades. And they're going to move on to the next kid. And so it's important that parents understand that look, you need to make sure they have the grades, they're taking the right classes. Okay, you need to make sure that their portfolio looks the best, because when those schools look at it, they get one time. When those recruiters are out there recruiting, they are maybe at your school maybe for 10, 15 minutes, maybe. And when here's what they do. They go there, they ask the coach, who do you got? Who do you got for me? Coach lays it out. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So your head coach may not even lay you out if you ain't got the grades, because the head coach ain't gonna be embarrassed. I'm not gonna be embarrassed that I got this star running back that's got a 2.0 GPA, and Nick Saban is asking me who I got. I'm not gonna get after Nick Saban, right? So but if the coach lay you out, they gonna look and be like, okay, yeah, I can't do that. He's not gonna help me because he's not gonna get in school here, right? UC Davis is a high academic school here in Northern California. And I've seen it. UC Davis does it all the time, where when they see the academics, they'll be like, yeah, he won't get in school here. We can't recruit him because he won't get in school here. That's what they look at. They look at, I want this kid, but he won't be able to get in school here, so we can't recruit him.
Nice job, DJ Hustle. Thanks for the information. That's it for the Funk Basement. DJ Hustle, Stelvio, we out. Peace.
Peace.